Hey there, welcome to this Basics of Photoshop tutorial. We're going to talk about the spot healing brush and the other tools nested within it in this lesson. So to access these tools, you can either go into the toolbar or you can use the shortcut J. Now let's talk about the spot healing brush. So basically this brush simply works by clicking over areas you want to delete or conceal on your image. So all I need to do is just go over, let's say I want to remove this mole. So I'm just going to click over it and you can see that it has healed that area or it has disappeared. It has similar controls to the brush tool, which basically means that in the options bar you can work with size, hardness, spacing, and you also can work with the size or the pen pressure, either put it off or if you're using a stylus wheel. There are also some modes that you can explore, and under type there are three: content aware, create texture, and proximity match. A quick tip is that you should always use content aware heal. This is because Photoshop then tries to make sure that it heals using the pixels from around the area of the brush to give you the best output. This tool is fairly effective and quick when you want to conceal or remove blemishes from areas of your image. Now I'm just going to go and press Ctrl Z so that we can move on to actually looking at our next tool. But before that, I have another image where I want to show you how the spot healing brush works. So I want to remove this line and make the background seamless. So all I have to do is just draw above it and you'll see that it heals the area, and because I'm on content aware, it is taking the closest pixels in the background to make it a seamless image. Moving on to the healing brush tool. This tool is like a combination of the spot healing brush and the clone stamp tool. So what it does is you can pick a sample area like you do with the clone stamp tool and then come to the area you want to heal. Now, unlike the clone stamp tool though, this brush heals keeping in mind the areas around it and blends it in more naturally. So I need to keep my Alt or my Option pressed, take an area that I want to duplicate and then just click over the area that I want to heal. And that's about it. It's as simple as that. In this brush as well, you have a lot of different options. You have your size, hardness, spacing. You also have modes to choose from. You can choose between a sampled or a patterned mode as well, and multiple others that you can explore that are slightly advanced. Now let's talk about the patch tool. So I'm just going to say Ctrl Z and bring back my moles so that we can now use the patch tool to heal this image. With the patch tool, you just need to draw over areas that you want to delete or remove from your image and then drag it to where you want to replace it with. So I'm just going to go over this mole and then take it and place it over here. As you can see, it has disappeared, and now I'm going to deselect and the mole has disappeared. So you can do this with all of the other blemishes or any parts of the image that you want to remove. The next tool is the Content Aware Move tool. So this is an interesting tool as well, and it works very similar to the patch tool, but instead of completely removing the selected area, it moves it to your desired position. So let's say that if I wanted to move this mole, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw above it, and then when I drag it and move it here, you can see that what has happened is, I'm just going to deselect and show you, the mole has moved. It has not deleted, but it has deleted from its previous area and moved to the new area. Now let's say that I use the mode Extend, and over here what I'm going to do is I am going to draw above, let's say I am going to draw above this area. Now let me draw above this area, and this time using Extend, When I move this here, you will see that after I confirm my selection and deselect, I have two moles now. So basically what extend does is copies the area that you have selected and pastes it, but also retains it from where it was previously. There are two more options, which is structure and color. So structure basically helps to get you to replicate as close as possible to the background. And what color does is basically it helps to make sure the color blending of the patch is seamless. So you can use the scroll and go from 0 to 10 for color, and you can go from 1 to 7 for structure. Now let's look at the last tool, which is the red eye tool. It is a really effective tool, especially when you have images that look like this. So sometimes because of the flash in your photograph, you see that your subject's eyes have a red dot in them. So all you have to do is use this tool and just click on the red patch and you'll see the magic happen. It completely removes that red eye and you have a normal looking great image. For red eye, there are only two options on the options bar, which is basically the pupil size. So if your image was larger or your subject's eyes were larger, you could increase the size of that, and darken amount. So darken amount basically works or is required when your subject's eyes are not of a dark brown then or a dark black. Then what happens is you can reduce the darken amount and make it look even more natural. So that's all I have for you in this lesson. Make sure to explore these quick and easy tools and keep creating and having fun with Photoshop. I will see you in the next lesson. I hope this tutorial was helpful. To learn more, subscribe to our full course from artistopicasso.com. Thank you and have a great day.